Clydesdale DLLS Cowboys. How frustrating is it not to be able to get the ball back? And it's demoralizing. You guys have to be perfect because you guys blinked there at that fourth quarter when you last time you had the ball with like 7 minutes left and then you get a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's demoralizing, excuse me. But I'd definitely say it's frustrating, right? Like, just even the last time you have the ball, probably was not our best series of the game right there. I mean, other than the 3 and out to start the game off, and in a crucial point like that, we just can't do that. And on top of that, right, that being the last time that we touched the ball, it makes it frustrating. But that's the NFL. You trust that those guys are going to go get a stop. Unfortunately, we had a PI call on the 3rd down. Then after that, right, they just kind of ate the clock up, kept running the ball, and did a good job. They won the 4th quarter, and that's the NFL. We won the turnover battle, and don't know the big plays, but they won the 4th quarter, and that was the difference there. And a team that's obviously second-year coach, young quarterback playing well, getting better, young running back, right, that we're familiar with. He told us to buckle up, and he went and had a hell of a game. And credit to them, they got the best, and they're the better team this afternoon.
What was open up for you and Pickens? It seemed like he was having the ball out there today.
I mean, he's just an elite receiver. He's an elite receiver. He's playing hard. He's understanding everything that we throw at him, whether it's in different positions. You saw him in the slot a lot more today, making big plays. And then after he gets the ball in his hand, some of the things he does is just only George can do. So he's just a special player. We're lucky to have him, and we're only going to get better each game.
Can you just talk about the joy he's playing with? It seems like he's just having fun. Beyond
For sure.
The plays, he just.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. It's contagious at that. I mean, obviously, I'm having a blast, but when you get to throw it to a guy like that and he makes a catch and you watch him do make the people miss afterwards, try to jump over him, he loves football. And you see it on Sunday, I see it all throughout the week. I mean, there's plays at practice, whether he catches a touchdown and does his celebration or catches a big play and, act like he's or I don't want to say act like it, preparing to, cut back and make people miss. That's who he is. That's the way he approaches every day when he comes in. And we're crazy fortunate to have him, but you see that every day that he touches that field. And when he's around the guys, he loves his teammates and he loves the game of football. And it's contagious and it's fun to watch.
Dak Prescott with ESPN. You said after the Green Bay game, these next 2 games will show you what kind of team you have after these last 2 games. What do you know about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we can play with anyone, but it's the NFL, and we've got to make sure that we're locked in because you can lose any game, and that's the beauty of the NFL, the parity. That's why the draft set up the way it is. It's why free agent is the way it is, and it's great. It's great. I mean, you get into a game like this, and you feel like you're going to win every second. Even the field goal block right there, Sam's jumping over, and with the block. In my mind, we're still going to block it, and we're going to go win this thing in overtime. So we got a good team that's grimy. We've got to find a way to win these games. That's the missing chink in the armor right now is whether it's the tied game or this game. We've got to find a way to win games, and if we do that, we feel a whole lot different in the locker room. Now, the reality is the team different. Not necessarily, but you feel a lot better. You're taking confidence, and when you get that confidence, that allows you to feel more confident at the end of games, understanding and knowing, I guess you can say, and believing that you're going to pull it out. So right now, we just got to find a way to win the 4th quarter.
Were you hoping that they almost let them score there at the end to get a chance to get?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, when they tried it, they went freeway. It's NFL. Those guys know exactly what we're going to try to do too. That's the beauty of the league is. Every play matters, and every play is hard to execute. And even when you're trying to give it to them, they understand that, and they don't want to take it, right? And so, maybe we've got to install picking a guy up and just running them into the end zone. But that's the beauty of just game management, and they did it better.
John Machado with The Athletic. You obviously go against your defense in practice. What gives you confidence that they can get it fixed?
That we go against them every day. I mean, it's an iron sharpen iron mentality. I understand the players and the pieces that they have over there. You see them working each and every day. You see them getting better. At the end of the day, they're getting better. I mean, the communication, they're getting the ball out, and so they're going to get better.
And then just a loss like this, how does it impact your thoughts on what the season can still be?
It's a long season. It's a long, long season. I've been 3-5 before, I guess, right? And we went and ran and made the playoffs. So that's my point. We've just got to find a way to win these close games right here, and I've got all the confidence that we will. Right, that game right there, I just wanted the ball back in my hands, knowing that we'd go win, and unfortunately it didn't happen. But, reality of it is we've got to do better on that last 3 and out. More importantly, we got to score in the red zone when we had that chance there, and right, that field goes for a tie, or they're having to score to win. So it's a long season. It's a long season. We got a lot of great players. We got guys getting healthy and guys coming back. That's only going to make this team better, more explosive, and just we got to keep our heads down and keep working, understand it's a process, and it is a loss, but it's also we got to take something and learn from it.
Nick Harris, 4-Star Telegram. How do you not let frustration kind of boil over when you basically have to go out there and score every drive to stay in games at this point?
Yeah, that's my standard. I don't ever go out there thinking let's punt the ball or after a first down we're good. So if we don't score, last thing I'm doing is being frustrated at the defense. Like that's my problem. That's our problem. That's somebody on offense or something that we didn't do better. You guys know me. I'm a look in the mirror type guy before I ever would think about pointing a finger. So I've got to be accountable to, there's 2 or 3 plays I can think of at the top of my head. And sure, there's not big plays, maybe plays you won't pick out, but that, I'm thinking, hey, if I throw it there, if I do this, what does that drive turn into? What's the next play? What's the next third down? Part of the game, you got to look at yourself and fix that first.
You've had a lot of talented pass catchers in your career. With George Pickens, is this the quickest you've been able to establish this strong connection with a guy?
I guess. CD was pretty fast. Unfortunately, I was just hurt within 5 games and, didn't get to show the rest of it. That's credit to these guys. That's credit to them wanting to understand what I'm thinking, running their routes hard, and then after we communicate, going and executing it. And it's fun to throw it to a guy like that. It's fun to watch him. Speaking of CD, he gets back and he gets healthy. Good luck on how teams are going to play us. You got guys like Ferg. You've got other playmakers out there making plays. Turb's getting healthy. We got Flo, JT. George definitely opens it up. We're thankful to have him.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com. You had a couple of misses earlier in the year with Ferg up the middle, and it seemed rather to see it cash in today. How refreshing is that? Yeah,
it was great. Got a good look from the defense. The back row was kind of flat-footed. I saw he wasn't getting depth. They leaned the safety over there. That's probably one of the easier ones, right? Trusting a guy like that. But it was good to cash in on, especially right after last week, if we talked about the one that should have been easy. Just to come back today and to get one, proud of him.
Rico's been running wild.
Excuse me. Hold on. I'll call on you.
Yeah, we go around there.
Joe Wade, Dallas Morning News. Obviously, that screen pass on the last drive, when you guys behind the sticks, the couple plays after that, how difficult was it just to try to push the ball downfield, knowing you guys were already behind the sticks?
Yeah, it was tough, and one understanding that they're going to try to put a lid on it, that not just because of the success we were having, but that's kind of their, get back on track defense. They gave kind of a 2-man look. It's one of those things, looking at the picture, I'm like, man, could I have taken that inside slot to JT right there? And you guys would probably go back and look at it and say, yeah. But it's one of those, thinking that nickel can drive it, should potentially drive it with that coverage. Went through the progression as normal and got 2 negative plays in a row after the screen. That hurt us. And right on the third down, it's just about being smart. And trust me, I want to throw it into tight windows and make plays, but it's a team game. And you've got to trust the other side. You've got to trust special teams, defense, the coach, and the play calling. And unfortunately, we just didn't get it back tonight.
Do you kick yourself more about having to set up a field goal when you get down in the red zone or the last drive?
Yeah, no, the red zone. The red zone. The last drive was. We'll all have to go back and look at that and try to dissect that. And good job by them. It's like I said, right? Just said it over and over. It's the NFL. Good job by them, right? We've been having a lot of success. They got us on first down, and when you're behind the sticks, it's hard to get going again. So, but most definitely the red zone trip when. I know that there's 2 balls in the end zone that were ops to cash in on. One was a scramble, right? Schoon would have had to make a hell of a catch, so not on him. And then they brought a cover 0 late. Didn't get to necessarily alert the receivers that it was 0. GP ran a good route. One of those ones we'll communicate on, and he'll run it maybe a tad different next time, understanding the situation, and we maybe cash in on that. But yeah, definitely. Anytime we get in the red zone, knowing the players, the plays, what we're capable of, and we don't score, yeah, the game's different. The rest of the 4 or 5 minutes, what was left or whatever, 6 minutes, it's different after that.
Sorry to blurt out, different protocol. Nico's been running wild the last couple of weeks. Do you miss him? And do you have a message for him?
Great job tonight. Great job last week. He told us to buckle up. He got the last laugh. We got a hell of a group of running backs. I love my team, but I miss the guy. Rico's a hell of a friend. But proud of him more than anything. And as I said, I messaged him last week. I didn't get to see him right there after the game. I'll connect with him. But he knows there's nothing but love.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.